So in this illustration, we're going to see ratio and proportion played out. And if you recall from the slides, ratio and proportion is the method where we have two fractions that equal each other. So we're going to have three known and then one unknown. So in this case, the question is how many gallons of Coca-Cola fountain syrup are needed to package 144 bottles. So what we don't know is how many gallons. So we're going to try and figure out how many gallons are needed to package 144 bottles. So these two figures are going to go together. And if you also remember, in this method, the units on top have to be the same. So if I have gallons here, I have to have gallons here. Likewise with the unit on the bottom, if I have bottles here, and I just abbreviated BOT, I have to have bottles also here. Okay, then you can look back at your problem to see if you can insert information in either of these two units. And I don't really have anything for gallon. I only have this 120 mils. And I already used 144 bottles. But I do know that the 120 mils is for one bottle. So I need to figure out, and this is going to be on a separate problem, so we're going to do a little bunny trail here, but what I need to figure out is how many gallons is equal to 120 milliliters. So I'm going to set up, now if you just focus on the right side of this problem, because I'm going to have a separate problem. I'm trying to figure out how many gallons are equal to 120 mils so that I can plug that in here in our final equation here. But so let's focus on the right side. Same thing. If I have gallons on the top here, I must have gallons here. And if I have mLs here, I must have mLs on the bottom. So this is where you would have a clue that you have to use a conversion factor or some equivalency that's going to help you to solve for this x here. And this is that 1 gallon is equal to 3,785 milliliters. This is not given in the problem. This is just something that you should commit to memory. So once you set it up like this, it's pretty easy because we're just going to cross multiply these two figures. 120 multiplied by 1. And then we'll divide by this leftover, 3785. And that gives us our unknown, which is 0.0317. And that is the number of gallons in 120 milliliters. So this we can now plug into our original problem over here. Okay, and now we can solve for the original question, which is how many gallons will be used to package 144 bottles if there's 120 mils per bottle, or this 0.0317 gallons per bottle. So, like we did with the other problem, we're going to cross multiply 144 by 0.0317, and then we always divide by this leftover number, but because it's 1, it'll just be the same number. And when you do that, you'll get 4.56. And remember, this is for number of gallons to package 144 bottles. So this, what we just did here, it's kind of complex, but this is how you do ratio and proportion. I just want to be complete and show you both ways, and you can choose whatever you're comfortable with. I myself am a fan of dimensional analysis, but just so that I'm complete in presenting both ways to solve, this will be the illustration for ratio and proportion. Please remember you can rewind or play back to kind of get this played out if you choose that this will be the method that you use. So thank you for your time.